Okay, let's go ahead and get things underway. Let's go ahead and move things over to this screen. Hey everyone, Spidey Librarian here. I'm hopeful that you can hear me. The microphone wasn't that close before. Let's go ahead and give Spotify a good chunk of the stream off, and let's start talking. Um, so this weekend, this entire week has kind of sucked for me. Um, on Wednesday, I had to basically kind of bow out of the weekly Wednesday Let's Play simply because I just wasn't feeling it. I didn't have the mental bandwidth to continue the routine, and I need a break. And so that was fine. You guys were very supportive, and I appreciate that. But what happened afterwards is that on Friday, when we were going to watch 300 for Film First Friday, we got hit with a thunderstorm earlier in the day, and we got power knocked out pretty badly. It was not fun because I guess a lightning strike really hit the transformer that powers our house, among others, in the neighborhood. And so the power company would come and they would fix the issue, but then like 3 hours later, it would just start over again. And this happened about 4 or 5 times. And I or someone else was always really quick to report the power outage through our power company's online reporting system. And again, like they would come out a couple hours later, they would fix it. We would have power back for like up to 3 hours, anywhere from 1 to 3 hours. And then all of a sudden, nothing. We were just cast into darkness, which is one of the reasons that I did a very limited showing of Let's Play Saturday last night, because damn it, I wanted to get out there and stream. But those power issues continued until about 1 a.m. Then it looked like they were actually replacing the transformer. What had happened is I had called them directly and said, "Hey, our power is out again." And they basically said, "Okay, well, our records show that we're aware of the issue." And I said, "Okay, but are you aware that this is like the 4th or 5th time within the last 36 hours that this has happened?" And they were like, no, we actually were not aware of that. I'm guessing they sent a different crew out each time, which is fine, whatever. But essentially, it was just kind of like, wow, that's kind of a pain. So hold on. I was wondering what that was. Sorry. Anyways, what that was essentially was that, they were coming out, they were fixing the immediate issue, and they weren't looking any deeper, as far as I can tell. So they came back out about 1 a.m. Last night and fixed it, and we've had power for about the last 12 hours until about 1 o'clock, 1:20. Power blew out again. It was the whole house. I don't think it had anything to do with our individual, I don't think it was the same problem as before. Our house does have solar, and we do have a backup battery, and essentially I think something had to do with our setup interacting with the power and the battery management and the grid and all of that. And so we had a very brief kind of blowout about an hour and a half ago. It seems to have been resolved, and hopefully this is the last of it, but hopefully you guys can understand why I'm a little bit paranoid about streaming right now, because as soon as the power goes out, boom, you guys lose the stream. I lose my computer, I lose the internet connection, I lose pretty much everything, and it's very much it's very much a frustrating situation. So, to that end, I have basically just canceled streaming activities for the weekend, at least the scheduled ones. I'm doing this one simply because if it if it goes out again, at least I've had a chance right now to explain to you guys what the issue is and why this keeps happening. And believe me, it's very frustrating. And I wish you guys like I wish I didn't have to deal with this. I wish you guys didn't have to deal with the uncertainty. So I don't know. We're just gonna kind of do a hangout and chill stream because you never know, we might lose power again. We shouldn't, but I also thought that was going to be the case a little while ago too. So we'll see. Anyways, I do figure this is a good opportunity to let you guys know a few things about what's going on the channel, some things I'm working on, some stuff I'd like to do. And yeah, so I appreciate everyone who is here. I see that Wolf was here a little while ago, kind of dropped in, said hello, dropped a like, and then had to go on to other things. I see that CG Anime Fan is here. I appreciate that, dude. It has definitely been, as far as weekends go, I mean, like, this is very much a first world problem. It's not like we're desperate or anything, but it's also just kind of very frustrating. And so, yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed. However, despite all of this, I want you guys to know I've actually had a pretty productive weekend, all things considered. So, anyways, oh, and Alan is here. So, Alan, before you ask, I have seen the season 4 tease to Star Trek Strange New Worlds. It's freaking hilarious. If you haven't seen it, go see it. I have not yet watched the teaser for Starfleet Academy, and I definitely want to watch that at some point. Um, so yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do is, if you guys will bear with me for a second here. You remember that overlay I told you guys about a while ago? This one right here? I'm actually going to see if I can just use that as a mock-up. What I'm going to try to do is kind of put the, let me see, I'm going to see if I can put my webcam over it. And then I'm going to shrink it down. Let's see if I can make this work. Oh boy, it looks like it might work. Okay, that was a little bit hasty, but there we go. And part of what I want to do, I mean, it's not perfect, but I don't need it to be. So part of what I want to do is I want to show you guys something that I am currently working on. And actually, in order for me to do that, it's probably more appropriate for me to move my talking self over to here. For those of you that are curious as to what this is, it's actually a mock-up of an overlay that I've considered having for things like Film First Friday and also Classics Revisited and stuff like that. Because what I was thinking of doing was taking things and like maybe doing the reaction over on, you know, the on the main part of the screen, and then like maybe have the chat up so that you guys could interact and see that your chats are getting seen and everything. So, but what I want to do here is I want to show you guys something that I am working on. It's a thumbnail. As you guys know, August is coming up. And so what I would like to do is show you guys the flyer for the anime theme that I'm making. I think you're gonna like this. Let me see. Give me just a moment. And I'm gonna see if I can put it. God, I'm gonna have to totally change where everything is the next time I do a stream, but you know, whatever. Okay, so there it is. I'll enlarge it in just a moment. And I don't know how helpful that is, but hopefully it's at least a little bit helpful. But as you guys can see, August is going to be anime month on the channel. I know that some of you guys are big into anime, and I never really have been, so kind of looking forward to this one. There's a bunch of anime that I have just like never seen. Here, let me go ahead and pop this up so that you guys can see it a little bit better. It's not perfect. It looks like the top is cut off a little bit. So here's what I'll do. Well, no, that's not going to work, is it? All right, whatever. All right, well, above where it says anime, wow, it really is cutting off quite a bit of it. Why is it doing that? Hold on, let me see what's going on here. There's usually some kind of a setting or something. That's not helpful. Huh. This is an interesting one because I don't know what the issues are here. Can I change the resolution? It's cutting off a couple of things, and I really kind of just wanted it to... Wait a minute. Let me try just changing this and see if that makes a difference. Doesn't look like it's making a difference. That's cutting it off even worse. Okay. All right. Again, I'm not crazy about this, but apparently I don't get a choice in the matter here. Um, but hold on. I'm going to take a look at a second window that I've got up and just see if that changes anything. Whoa, that's much better. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. This one is going away. And I'm going to bring a better one up because this seems to be capturing it a lot better. So let me go ahead and shrink it to where I would want it to fit. There we go. That's not perfect, but that is way better. So, all right. So anyways, and again, before you knock this overlay, just remember this is just like a concept that I pieced together. If I were to actually use something like this, I would put it like I'd send it to an artist on Fiverr, and we would see what that it would look a lot better. It would be a little bit flashier, so you know. So, anyways, oh hello to Overgamers. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. So I want to go ahead and let you guys know that in August, of course, the channel theme is going to be anime. Again, never been much of an anime guy, so this ought to be pretty exciting. I've kind of been looking forward to this. And because I haven't really watched a lot of anime. So this is the thumbnail that I'm going to be posting onto the channel soon. But essentially, in August, I am going to be watching I'm going to be watching 5 anime movies, 4 of which I've never seen. All right. And we're going to be starting on August 1st with Wicked City. This is actually a movie that I picked for the Freeman Fright Days, the live streams that I do on Facebook with some of my coworkers, Esteban and Crystal. And basically, we're going to be like this won the poll. Like there were 3 different movies to vote on, and this one looked kind of cool. And I'm like, oh, it's an anime. I'll pick this, and if it wins, then we'll go ahead and watch it in August. It'll fit with the theme, and it won. And so I was really happy. On August 8th, I will be watching Ponyo. I've never seen Ponyo. And I've seen a couple of animes from Studio Ghibli, but I definitely haven't seen a lot, and so I'm really excited. I keep getting told that Ponyo is really cute and that people really like it and that I need to watch it, and so I was like, okay, fine, I'll watch it. On August 22nd, we'll be watching Howl's Moving Castle. This is another one I've never seen before. I know that there is a book, Howl's Moving Castle. I've never read it. I don't know a thing about it. I know it's another Studio Ghibli film. And the few films that I have seen from Studio Ghibli will definitely, like, the few films I've seen have been very high quality. So I'm really looking forward to that one. Your Name is an anime film that was recommended to me by several different watchers of anime, including a couple of my coworkers. And so I've decided to go ahead and give this one a watch as well. And then finally, on August 31st, I believe that's a Sunday, we're going to be watching Spirited Away, which is definitely one of those movies. My youngest sister actually made me watch that with her. And it was a long time ago. It was probably 10, 15 years ago. I do not remember it. Like I remember that it made me feel good. I remember going, "Okay, this is fun. I like this. I can definitely get into this." But I don't really remember much more than that. It had some really fantastical elements to it, but um and I think the main character is a little girl as shown on the poster, but that's it. That's all I really know. I have no clue what to expect. I really have no clue what to expect from pretty much any of these. So, anyways, I figured with the flyer, which again, you guys will probably see this tomorrow. I'll post it on the channel. Make sure to give it lots of likes and comment on it and everything. But I'll be posting that tomorrow. One thing that I would definitely would like to do more of on the channel is get a bunch of these thumbnails made ahead of time and then like schedule post them so that I can just kind of set it and forget it. And then you guys will regularly see like a post at like 12 p.m. every day or something. That's the dream. That's the dream. I don't know how if I'm going to be able to do that, but that's kind of what I'm working on. So, all right. And then finally, um, I mentioned earlier last week that I was going to be making returns to show watch party streams on a limited basis. And when I say limited, you guys will understand what that means very soon. Um, it basically means like there won't be a regular show it. Like I'm not going to do it like Tuesday nights or anything like that. Frankly, I've got myself overscheduled on streams as it is, and so the time that I get that is not scheduled for streaming, I really need it, either for editing videos or for just relaxing and decompressing. I'm sure you guys understand, but basically, the show it stuff is going to be like kind of like a limited series ish run of comic books. It's like this isn't regularly scheduled. It's not like Amazing Spider-Man. It's more like, you know, a Doc Ock limited series where it's like 6 issues long and then that's the run, you know. And so and so for Show It, those shows that I do live stream watch parties of will be they will basically be there to support the theme of the month, or they will support like a particular holiday event. Like, did you guys know that there is a Batman Day in September, I believe? Let's see, Batman Day 2025, I believe, is September 20th. Yes, Saturday, September 20th. And so I want to try to do something, you know, whenever I'm able to kind of support a holiday. And so that's kind of the, you know, that's kind of the way that I'll be using the show it the show it show basically. Um so yeah. Now as for what I'm going to be showing on Show It in August, really I have not really decided yet. Um there will definitely be an anime because I'm definitely aware that as someone who is a non-anime watcher or a non-weeb, I guess, is that what people call them? I don't know. I don't know. Please feel free to correct me if I screw up a term. I'm here to learn, as you know. So, but essentially, like, I want to watch like maybe a run of a short anime series. I'm well aware that anime is not just feature films. I know that there are things like Bleach and Naruto and Fruits Basket and Ranma One Half and all kinds of other shows out there where people are watching it just like regularly. It keeps coming out. There are seasons and new episodes and things like that, kind of like with Star Trek. And so I want to I want to be a part of that experience as well. And I am definitely, hold on. Sorry, my inner perfectionist is coming out, and so I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. And then I'm going to see if I can move it and cover up. I don't know. How does it look? I mean, it could look better and it could look worse. Yeah, there we go. That's about as good as I can get. And I've got a little bandit looking at me. She's like, Dad, Dad, you're not feeding me. I see you talking to the people and you're not feeding me. Hold on. We're going to bring the trouble cam up, or she's going to just, nose her way up into my camera. There she is. Hi. Hello. How are you? You guys know what this means, right? You guys know what this means. This means we need to feed the little demon. So I am going to temporarily expand myself. And we're gonna give her some treats. So hold on just a moment. Okay, Trouble, come here. You know how this works. Okay, we can turn off the Trouble cam for now because she is gonna come into frame right here. Okay, all right, here you go, baby. Here you go. Hey, where you going? I got more over here. You big gluttonous little glut. Okay. All right, see, I got 5 more, okay? There's 2. You guys see this? You guys see how she reaches out to me? She's like, Dad, give it to me. Hey, I got 2 more, all right? 2 more. Come on, last one. Okay, all right, there we go. Okay, so, anyways, now that that is done, I'm going to try to position this camera back where it was before. Ah, God. I'm really terrible at this kind of thing, just so you guys know. No judging. Seriously, judge me all you want. I have plenty of people throw out all kinds of mean judgments at me. So, all right. Anyways, let me see. Alan suggests that I might want to collaborate with Brandon, the anime guy. Really? I'll check out his channel, Brandon, the anime guy. Okay. So CG says that Ponyo is the first Hayao Miyazaki film that he saw. Nice. And that it has a really good dub. All right. I haven't decided how I'm going to watch it. Everyone has got there's the whole debate, dubbed or subbed. And I'm just like, I usually do subtitles even when I'm watching English language movies. And so I'm kind of like inclined to go with subtitled, but if it's got a good dub, then maybe I'll do it. A good like English language dub. So we'll see. CG also knew about Batman Day. Why am I not surprised? I'm not surprised at all. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a Batman Day in September. It's on a Saturday, so I don't yet know. We will have to see. But I'm checking ahead really quick. Oh, I already took Batman Day into account. All right, without giving anything away, CG, I think I think you'll be happy with my choice of what I'm gonna do for Batman Day. I don't want to give anything away right now, um, but I am keenly aware of days like that, so I'm really I already took it into account. I know what I'm going to be doing for Batman Day. I don't think it will be on Batman Day because I think that's a Saturday and that's when I do Let's Play Saturday. But I think you'll be pleased. I think you'll be pleased. So, anyways, let's see. The interesting thing about anime is there are a lot of shows that have tons of episodes, but there are also others that are really short. Yes. And part of what we're going to be doing with Show It, which I've got the logo down here, is I can tell you this much. I'm going to try to watch a run of a relatively short show, and I'm still trying to figure out what that show is going to be. But I'm leaning towards a couple of them right now. So, uh, you know what? I'll at least give you guys the titles that I am looking at. So, um, let me just take a quick look. Uh, where is it? Okay. So at least two of the shows that I want to watch are on Netflix, and then I think there's another one on Crunchyroll, I think. Where is? I feel like if I tell you guys what I'm gonna watch, considering watching, you're gonna go crazy. Um, let's see. Yes. Okay. All right. So one of them that I am considering is Way of the House Husband. This one was actually recommended to me by my partner. She watches it with her other partner, and she's like, those are short episodes. They're kind of cute, and it's got an interesting premise. And I'm like, okay, all right, that sounds cool. I'm like, what else you got? And she's like, well, I don't really watch anime, so that's kind of all I've got. I've gotten another recommendation recently for Cowboy Bebop, which a lot of people over the years have said, Spidey Librarian, you should be watching Cowboy Bebop. And I think it only ran for like 26 episodes or 27 or 28. I don't remember. And so I'm considering that one as well. And then another one that let me see. Another one that I have been told is really good is let's see. Sakamoto Days, which is apparently a similar premise to Way of the House Husband, which is essentially ex-assassin decides to leave the life behind and become a stay-at-home dad. And then of course shenanigans ensue in the performance of his fatherly duties. Like Like my understanding is that you could say that about both Sakamoto Days and also Way of the House Husband, and it's essentially the same thing. So, in any case, those are the ones that I am considering. Um, and I haven't decided what yet. I'm going to be looking at the number of episodes, the length, the running time, average running time of each episode, stuff like that. And eventually, I'll make a decision. I know I've got to make one fairly soon because August is less than a week away. But I don't know. I don't know. If you guys have any opinions, let me know. CG Anime fan, I imagine, since the word anime is in your name, you might have some thoughts and opinions on some of these. Maybe you've seen them, maybe not. I am not certain. I'm going to go ahead and hold on. Let me return the OBS interface. I'm actually going to, whoops, I did not mean to do that because I'm working on these pages here. So let's go ahead. I want to, I'm seeing a slight problem with the length of this one. There we go. And do we need to adjust this one? There we go. All right. And do I need to make any adjustments? 82? Hold on. This is a side of me that I'm not sure you guys get to see very often, but I am very like I like everything to be perfectly aligned. Yeah, that's not going to work. There we go. See, how does this happen? Okay, hold on. We're going to put this a little bit. It's lined up, but it's not. There we go. There we go. All right. This is what I spend a whole lot of my time doing, is just trying to line things up so that everything is like equidistant and the same length away from one as the other. It is. See, I want to see the line going all the way over to. Okay, well, whatever. All right, but this clearly now needs to be brought up. Okay, how did this become? Yeah, that's what I want. There we go. So yes, just when you thought that Spidey Librarian couldn't get any nerdier, you're actually seeing his creative process, and it is indeed a thing. No, I don't want centered. I want lined up. There we go. There we go. So, anyways, Cowboy Bebop is the only one of the ones that I mentioned that you have familiar. Oh, okay. Well, cool. It is a lot of people have told me they're like why have you of all people not seen Cowboy Bebop, you know? I like I like the setup for Way of the House Husband and Sakamoto Days. I don't know. I've been told they're equally like cute, but also they have action. And I don't know. I kind of like that. So we shall see. Anyways, what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of this thumbnail here? Like, and again, let me just bring that back up. So I apparently will never have things as level as I like, but whatever. I'm okay with this. I realize that the text down here might be a little difficult to read. But I reduced the brightness of this background, and let me tell you, that made a hell of a difference. Um, I wish, I could probably stand to shrink it. Here's what I'm gonna do. See, I would like that first sentence all the way up. And let's just see. And then I think what I might do... No, I don't like that. So what I might end up doing is I'll take this and I'll just center it against the show it so that it's like smack in the middle. There we go. Things look good to you? Okay. Um, I mean, I think what I like about the anime one as opposed to the graphic novels one, which by the way, 300 and Watchmen, we're just gonna have to watch them some other time. I'm I'm not like, maybe if I get a free evening this week, maybe we could watch it, say Thursday night. Uh we could watch 300 on Thursday before I do Wicked City on Friday. I don't know. But what I really like, I was like, I mean, this is fine, but I really want something themed for the background, and so I was like, let's just look for an anime themed background, and I found one, and I'm like, this is good. This is good. We'll go ahead and do this. So, anyways, I hope you guys like it. I think it looks pretty good. Um, there were other ones that I could have chosen. You could just imagine what I'm going to do in September when I make the Star Trek one. Oh God, I'm really looking forward to doing Star Trek month. Because I've never really had a chance to unleash my Star Trek fanboy on this channel. You guys are not ready for it, okay? I mean, okay, maybe I'm not like the biggest Star Trek fan in the world, but I like my Star Trek. I really do. So I think you guys will enjoy what I have to show you that month. We're gonna be watching a lot of Star Trek. I can easily spoil this. We're gonna be watching a lot of Star Trek films during Classics Revisited, because I've basically seen every Star Trek film. I've seen, I've seen Galaxy Quest, which I've already watched on the channel. I've seen um, anything that is like even tangentially related to Star Trek. I've probably seen it. I did a search for just like Star Trek media inspirations, and like, as far as movies and shows go, for the most part, I've seen them all. So, um, Classics Revisited will be getting a lot of work that month. I'm going to be doing extra Classics Revisiteds in September, because there are going to be some Star Trek films that I'm just going to want to watch with you guys. I think you guys might want to watch them with me. We'll see, but I'm pretty excited. So, I mean, I've always been a big Star Trek fan, so. All right. A year or two ago, CG decided to watch all of the Star Trek films that he hadn't yet seen. Yeah, good man, good man. So some Star Trek films are definitely better than others, but you get that with almost any franchise. So Studio Ghibli is one of CG's favorite movie studios. Some of his all-time favorites were done by them. Studio Ghibli is like ridiculously popular and important for the anime media. And I like it's almost a monolith. I did a search of other important anime studios and creators like who weren't Studio Ghibli or Hayao Miyazaki. Oh my god. Like yes, there are definitely other important studios, but like Studio Ghibli it just seems like rises head and shoulders above all of the rest. And it was just I don't know, it was just like wow, that's crazy. I don't know what we're going to do. Um So yeah, but we'll see. I even procured this from my library. If you guys will indulge me for a second. I didn't see anything like this on like on other studios, but I took a look at it and I'm like, let me take a look at this before I but this is a library book. You can find it at your local library. You could probably find it at a bookstore. Studio Ghibli, The Complete Works. And I haven't really read it because I don't really want to spoil myself on any of the movies that I might watch. But I think I may give it a read sometime this month. So like maybe after I've watched like the I guess I have to read it after this month. Um after I've watched like the Studio Ghibli films that are scheduled and everything because the final one is on August 31st. Oops, So, all right. You're impartial to the Star Trek films that have Jean-Luc Picard because he's the character that made me become a fan of the franchise. So CG, I'm doing this out of love, but I want to say that I think the word you probably meant to use was partial. It's impartial means you have no feeling whatsoever on anything. Like a judge is supposed to be impartial. They rule only on the facts and not how they feel about a thing. Um, and sorry, I try not to do that. The only person I generally try to correct is myself. But in this case, I think you meant the opposite of what you meant to say. So yeah, I just want to go ahead and point that out. I'm trying to be respectful as I can. I'm trying not to be like a jerk English grammar Nazi or anything like that. So just just figured you'd want to know that. So um I figure I can usually correct myself as much as I want. Like when I say something wrong and then I realize it, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, no, sorry, I meant the other word. Oh, dude, you do not have to apologize. You absolutely do not have to apologize. I just wanted to let you know so that way like, when you go on, like whenever you're talking about it before, just you that you're being clearer and not giving people, the opposite impression of what you actually meant. So, you're partial to Picard. He's your big definitive favorite Star Trek character. Jean-Luc Picard is oh god. Have you seen the Picard like show that came on Paramount Plus? Cuz let me tell you, man. When that show came back, I was so happy. And I get that a lot of people had issues with it, especially like the first two seasons. I get that. People can have all the issues they want with it. But like I was just so happy to see Space Grandpa back, basically. And I do feel like if you're willing to put the tone changes aside for the first two seasons, they're not bad. They're not bad at all, actually. They're just different. And they took some big risks and they did some very interesting things. And so I think that I don't know. I really liked it. That third season, like that hit so many nostalgia buttons. I can't tell you how grateful I am that we got that third season the way we got it. Just so goddamn happy with what they did. I loved it. I loved all of the connections to the other Star Treks. It was it made my fanboy heart very, very happy. So you saw Star Trek Picard and reviewed it? Yeah. No. Loved it and really enjoyed I don't know. Really just enjoyed a lot of the interactions between um characters old and new. I really liked, for instance, I really liked Q in season two. Um, reconnecting with Picard and everything. I don't know. I don't know. I could go on for a long time talking about how much I love um, at least aspects of Picard. So many people wanted TNG season 8 that they wouldn't forgive the first two seasons for not being that. And I really felt like that was short-sighted, but whatever. People are going to do what they're going to do. So, um, you're already a big fan of Patrick Stewart and John Delancey, so you checked out Star Trek to see them. Hi, baby. Hi. Did you come up here for some snuggles? No, you came up here to just mess with the chair. I don't know if you guys realize, but this chair, which has got my work hoodie on it. So this chair, I put this chair together right about the same time that my partner fostered a pair of kittens, one of whom is Trouble. And so this chair is probably just about the same age that Trouble is. And as you guys can probably see, she has torn it up. It used to be a lot more black and blue. A lot of the black patches have been torn off. She's really gone to town on it in a lot of ways, which is fine. Um, I think on I think if I think whenever I eventually lose Trouble, I'll probably have to get rid of this chair too. Um, because as far as I'm concerned, this is her chair as much as it is mine. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, sweetie? Isn't this your chair? You want to come over here? Come here. Come on. You can come here. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You should come over here. Your dad loves you. Your dad loves you. Come here. Come here, baby. Yes. Oh, oh. She's so sweet. I love her so much. I can't even begin to say how much I love this furry little orange gremlin. Okay. Anyways. Okay, let's see. CG was introduced to John Delancey by My Little Pony. Really? He's in My Little Pony? I had no clue. Which helped introduce a lot of people to him that didn't grow up seeing him as Q. So CG, I've got to ask you, and for anyone that doesn't want spoilers from the current season of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, well, I don't know. I might not have to reveal them anyways. So CG, are you watching the current season of Star Trek Strange New Worlds? Because if you're not, you should. You absolutely should. They're on episode 3 right now, but I think in particular you want to watch episode 2 of this current season. And I'm not going to say why in case you haven't seen it, but I think you should watch that episode. I believe it's called Wedding Bell Blues. And it is yeah, I don't know. You haven't seen anything of Strange New World? Oh my god. CG, you should watch it. It's good. It's so good. Quite possibly my favorite episode of Star Trek of all time comes from Strange New Worlds. And believe me, that's saying something. But Oh my God. I'm trying to think if I were to try to curate a list of like five episodes that I would recommend people watch from Star Trek Strange New Worlds. There's a lot of good stuff in there, like a whole lot. I would probably recommend the very first episode because that really sets the tone in a big way. Um, and then like probably those old scientists and Subspace Rhapsody and um, yeah, just several of them where like I feel like it does a really good job of taking today's production values and doing a lot of the things that they did during the run of the original show back in the 60s, because like that often changed tones in a lot of ways. And Strange New Worlds does that, and I think it does it pretty well. So, oh man, Strange New Worlds, good stuff. All right. Well, anyways, I think I have shown you guys enough and talked enough about all of the things that are going on the channel. If you want to know about the power woes that we've had this weekend that have kept me from doing either of my movie streams this weekend, just go back towards the beginning of the live and you'll see. But for the most part, I wanted to show you guys this. I'll probably schedule it to post tomorrow at noon, so that way everyone can see it. But yeah, like I would definitely I don't know. I definitely it's been an interesting week, and hopefully as we move into the next week, things will get a little bit more normal. We'll see. I'm still not sure yet. Who knows? Maybe tonight, after dinner, if I'm feeling bold, maybe we'll try to do 300 or no, I'm not going to do Watchmen. Um, because I've seen Watchmen and that wouldn't be open to everyone. So yeah, like if I can, we'll see. I'm not going to promise anything. I think what I am going to do though is I'm probably going to stop this stream and we're going to play some Quest for Glory on another stream. So I think I'm going to go ahead and head off here. I think before I do that though, here's what I'm going to do. We are going to get rid of the overlay. I am going to put the window for this one back where I had it before. And I am also going to take my webcam, place it, let's see, over here. And we're just going to bring me back up to normal size. There we go. Okay. I probably should design a stage specifically for that scenario, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So anyways, guys, thank you for coming and hanging out with me for this last hour or so. I really do appreciate it. Um, I'm gonna try to do another stream again. Hopefully, our power situation is not as precarious as it's been all weekend. So we'll see. I'm gonna do another live stream where I play a video game. So hopefully that will be a thing that no one has to deal with. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and leave this stream and I'll do another stream soon afterwards. So by about 4 o'clock, I should be back on. Okay. In the meantime, though, thank you guys for hanging out with me and letting me talk about stuff on the channel. I appreciate it very much. Take care. This is Spidey Librarian, and until my next stream or upload, I'll be wishing you a good day. Bye.